What's good? It's Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
This is not
Uh,
a damn
Another
podcast
damn podcast.
presented by
Our
um
damn selves.
episode 369. Damn, you're
Yeah.
fine.
Let me see you suck it to me one more time. Get
Get
low.
low,
Get
get low,
low.
get low,
Get
get low,
low.
get low.
Get low. To the window. To the
To the
wall.
wall, to the wall, to the sweat drop down my all these come on.
Oh, yes. I
Come
was
on.
graduating college.
Come on,
When I was
baby.
done. That shows how old I was. I was graduating college, so
Bud Billiken 03. I'll never forget. Like that's my memories. We got Bud Billiken coming up in a few weeks. So yeah, Bud Billiken 03. Like that was we had that float rocking like it was a low rider, like cause we was dancing. And the DJ just kept repeating it, playing it over. Like half the route we were playing for that shit.
because I was in the crowd like, what?
Our crowd was like singing along with it.
So I said graduation, '03. Yep.
The crowd, they were singing the real version, even though we were playing like the clean version, but they didn't get. They were singing the real version. The crowd was ratchet. "Ah, ski ski, motherfucker!" Like, they were like singing the ratchet version.
Because I remember just going in the club, like when they were, let me see you get low, you scared, jump down to the floor. We would just go, oh, me and my girls and me. We'd be going crazy on that part.
Lil Jon, the East Side Boys, and the Yin Yang. It's like what a lineup.
In my younger days, but now it's like I always say, I'm a PTA mom and it leaps out sometimes. Like if you play like my old school ratchet stuff, then it leap out. They're like, whoa, you got that in you, don't you? And I'm like, yeah, I do.
Drop, load in, wiggle with it. Drop, load in, wiggle with
Yeah,
it.
wiggle with it.
Oh man, I'm pumped now. These are a whole show just about Lil Jon.
Nostalgia.
Classic, man.
I
Yeah.
was waiting for the 3 6 down. Like we close now. I remember I was
Last week. I was like, yeah.
I remember I was at some, what was it, McDonald's? I think I was getting some for the kids, and then my number was 369. And I just started giggling.
It's
And I
only
just had
two
to,
answers when somebody. There's only two answers when somebody says 369. It's what we just said. The other one is 369, 12, 15, 18, 21,
yeah,
24, 27, 30.
dirty.
All my Schoolhouse Rock fans will get that one. And all my Lil Jon fans will get 369. Damn, you're fine. So if somebody says 369, there's only two answers you say after that. Those are the only two acceptable answers.
Because I have a feeling that like they were younger, the cashiers and stuff, and then I didn't even want to engage with, because I'm like, you not going.
And some people, yeah, like one of my students at IMS is her name was Mariah. So of course, like yeah, me and Mariah, and she looked like and then one of my coworkers got mad. I'm like, well, this chick is like 23, like she wasn't born
The
when that
song
song
came out in '93, so
like 23, 24. So yeah, do the math. Like, yeah. So she probably never heard that song. Or if she did, it went over her head like that. She didn't.
we played beat. She's like, oh yeah, bad chick, I could be your fancy. She'll start singing that version because she's younger.
Yeah, she might know the lotto. Yeah, the big
Oh, that's that Lotto song. It's like, no, that's not the Lotto song. It's the Lotto.
energy. Now, if you old like Korean, you remember the original. The what you gonna do when you get out of it? I'm gonna have
I'm
some
gonna do
fun.
fun.
The Tom Tom Club. Yeah,
Tom Tom Club. There you go. That was like 1981, I think.
that's like all the pop lockers. Like all my dudes that are out on the corner breakdancing. They know that.
Rerunning out there.
Grandmaster Flash and them sampled that one too, like in the early '80s too. Grandmaster Flash, I think is nasty. I think it's the name of theirs. It's like I think Grandmaster Flash. So that song has been used a lot. It's like Mariah probably got the most famous version. Mariah on
Yeah.
Old Dirty is like
ODB, yeah.
song has been used sampled a lot over the year. I want to say Grandmaster. Yeah, they definitely did. It had to be like '82 or '3 when Flash and the Furious Five sampled that shit. It's the early '80s when they did a version of it too.
Yikes. He's in the early 80s. Yikes.
I was watching a cheesy ass video on like you go down rabbit holes. So like the video was like super cheesy. And and more cats dressed like early hip hop, they look like
Some
disco.
tight pants.
Like yeah, like
Tight pants.
village people like the early hip hop. Yeah. He's like, Run
Like
DMC the ones that changed like the image. Like they were just like, okay, we coming up with our tracksuits, our fedoras. Like they changed the image and Adidas shell toes. Before that, cats looked like like the village people. Like so they were
like watching The Message, Broken Glass, like watching them in them tight pants and then the vest. And what is going on?
I'm not let you just.
I was confused. I was like, what's going on at this? Then again, it was 1982, so I mean,
I'll not let you shit on Melly fucking Mel.
But he had the vest with no shirt in. I'm like, this is like, what's happening here?
Sounds boom. Come on. Nice. But I won't let you shit on fucking Melly. But yeah, nice it's well, what's the name? Another reference recently that Babe posted on her page is you might have saw it is she said finish said nothing can stop me.
I'm all the way up.
Exactly. See, you got it. Like people were slow. They were saying all kinds of like weird. Hey, they were like saying like and overthinking it. They making it religious. It's like yeah, like with God on my side. I'm like nah, you missed the reference. It's like it's nothing can stop me. I was the first one to get it right. That's the first man. That's the answer.
I posted this one a while back for I said for Gen X / elder millennials. I said it's only 2 answers. Sunny days.
Everybody has that.
Or sweeping the clouds away.
It's just like
it's only 2 answers.
It's just like 369. It's 2 answers. It's the same.
Only 2 answers. You've been sweeping the clouds away, or everybody.
Everybody loves them. Yeah, I watched it. Everybody loves, and that's one of my.
Everybody loves them. 2 answers.
Yeah, I said it. That's why I didn't sing it. That's why I fucked it up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, everybody loves them.
Days.
Everybody loves them. Come baby, can you stand the rain? Well, I was Ralph too and shit. Yeah, that at we did karaoke Christmas party one year at the station. Yeah. Shout out Red. It's like right before Red was even higher. Like she was still a crunk karaoke queen then. It's before Red was even on the radio. It might have been the first time I met her. I don't remember. But yeah, but she was like the one like hosting the karaoke Christmas party. That's probably how she got in. Like she probably like made the connection with Jay and them then. I don't know. So, yeah. And then we did me, Shondell, who the fuck was it? There's 2 other. I forgot. I'm sorry. Yeah, if y'all were at this party, I don't remember who the other 2 guys were and shit. There was one dude look like Carl Winslow. I can't think of his name now, but yeah, it's like
wait, what?
One of the coworkers looked like Carl Winslow.
Going off the rails. Okay, let's go.
I can't think of your name. My bad, dog. I was Ralph on that. We did Can You Stand the Rain new edition. I killed that shit. I brought the energy up with it. But I need some. I made all the other Negroes, they started bringing their energy, yeah. Because they were singing all dry and shit at first. And then, like, Oz brought that Ralph and shit, yeah. I was killing it, yeah. I was like, I was in
concert. Who did the Johnny at the end? Who did that at the end?
Shondell, I don't remember.
Who did that at the end?
Dwayne was the Carl Winslow. Looking to it just hit me now, yeah. So they used to call him Carl Winslow. What's his name? Oh, yeah, Dwayne. And I'm for the 4th dude. I'm never gonna remember. Like I could no clue who the 4th dude was. So sorry. Well, no clue.
On good that. Times though. Good times. Good times.
We talking nostalgia and going back. It happened. The heat is. Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F on Netflix. I watched it. I know you did too. We're gonna break
which is the 4th installment of the Beverly Hills Cop series.
Beverly Hills Cops franchise there in that
4th. Yeah. So
it's in 40 years because the first one was 84.
84. 40 years. I watched it the same day it streamed because it started streaming 7/3, so the day before the 4th. And that night the kids was like they wanted to watch a movie. And then I was like to Marcus, I was like, let's watch Axel S because now it's streaming. He was like, okay. And they was like, can we? It was like, no, this is a mommy and daddy movie. No, you can't watch Beverly Hills Cop. It's a rated R. Like,
no, you can I was legit Ari's age when I saw that.
Oh no, we probably saw.
And you probably were like Khalil's age when you saw.
I was probably like Khalil's age when I first saw Beverly Hills Cop because I was very young when I saw Beverly Hills Cop.
I think I was
I
exactly
was
their age, just like to see y'all can like figure out how old I am. I think I was exactly
I
y'all
was maybe
age.
about 5 when I first saw it. Like, but once it came to video, I didn't see it in the show, obviously, but once it came to video and all that, I remember watching it.
Oh
So I
yeah, I
remember
did
I
see it in the
watched
show.
it.
Yeah, so you still can't. You might not figure out how old I am. I didn't see it in
Yeah,
the
I
show.
didn't see it in the
I
show.
was,
I saw it on VHS,
I
but
was 9. I was 9 when I saw that. So yeah,
I had no damn business watching that movie because I'm like, why was I watching this at like 5 or 6? Highly inappropriate, but I remember the banana. I was just so tickled by the banana in the tailpipe. I was very tickled
young
by that as a
Damon
kid.
Wayans. I had to take those bananas.
I was very tickled.
Yeah. There's a lot of callbacks to the original. That's what I liked about
Mhm.
Axel F. Is like how like including like the two the supervisors, how like his buddy Jeffrey, like played by Paul Reiser,
All right there.
he's now the deputy police chief of the Detroit. Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, cause Paul, this is not my locker. That's Paul Reiser. Like, it's before I'm mad about you. Like,
Oh shit, that was him. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is not
this
my
is not
locker.
my
Yeah.
life. He's like, Jeffrey, this is none of your fucking business. This is not my life. Now he's like the police department.
Because Marcus was like, "Is that Paul Reiser?" I was like, "Yeah, that is Paul
The
Reiser." We
first
watched
Beverly Hills
it.
Cop,
That's
yeah,
Paul
like
Reiser.
he was only in that one scene. He had a very small part in the original
Mhm.
Beverly Hills. He was when he was trying to tell Axe, hey, Inspector Todd's coming. You better
At the time, who was hilarious.
warn. Like, I still don't know if he was meant to be funny or not, but he was hilarious to me, especially as a 9-year-old. Everything he said, I laughed at. It's like
In the second one, where he said, "Thank you very much for the tickets."
top two. We'll get there. Yeah,
Oh
now,
my god, that was just like.
but now Jeffrey's over. Like he's Axel's boss now. Yeah, like well, before
Which
he was trying
happens
to warn about the
sometimes.
boss. Like, hey, this is not my locker. He was trying to warn
That
him.
happens sometimes because sometimes your counterparts, like you guys may have started here and then one person ascends. That happens sometimes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Meanwhile, in the Beverly Hills Police Department, Taggart, he's now like the chief.
He's Bogomil now.
Bogomil, yeah. He's Bogomil and Jeffrey is Inspector Todd. Now
Inspector Todd.
they like been they got the spots that other cats had in the first movie. So, and rest in peace to both of them, the actors at Bogomil and Inspector Todd. We've lost them over the years, yeah.
And that
So
shows the range of Bogomil because he was just so filthy as Dick Jones in RoboCop. He was just, I hated him in RoboCop, but I loved him as Bogomil in Beverly Hills Cop. So that just shows the range of the actor that he was. So
yeah.
yeah. And then of course they have Billy, Billy was like, it's just always good to see Billy. Billy is a fun time because
I've been a fan of him since Fast Times.
because the way that he just grew, because how he was kind of like inhibited in the first one, but then
The rookie.
he had like knives, and Billy was like into like some weird shit like later. Like
In the first movie, which is another callback they had in Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F is like but the first movie he had his trusty 38 revolver, 38 Smith and Wesson. When Taggart gives now, he's like, "What is this?" He was into like the big guns by the second
big guns
movie.
by then.
Yeah, so he gave him the little revolver. I'm like, but that's what he carried. In the first, he had his revolver, his trusty revolver.
Oh, and we forgot to say spoilers, so whatever.
Spoilers and all of this shit. Yeah.
But I like that they did go back to the format of like the original, like much like how Bad Boys 4 did, because I feel like Bad Boys 4 revisited like how the first movie was, the original Bad Boys.
You'll have to
I
see.
felt like that if you're going to do a movie much, much later, because Beverly Hills, like even like with the third one, that was in 94. So that was still over 30, that was still 30 years ago.
Since the last installment of
It's the last one. And 40 years since the original. So if you're going to go back and revisit, so Eddie, Axel F, coming to America.
Yeah,
that's what I would say.
Like, see, I would watch this again. I have no interest in ever watching Coming to America again.
That's what I'll say.
This I would watch again. It's like,
yeah, absolutely.
I probably will, like, because there's probably a lot of stuff I missed. So this I'll probably go watch again. It's like, yeah, this I would watch again.
And even the new characters were interesting. Like when I saw Joseph Gordon-Levitt, I was like, okay. I was like, okay.
played
Because I like him. I
Third
like him
Rock.
as an
He was
actor.
Tommy on Third Rock. That's what he's first thing. He played Cobra Commander in the GI Joe movie. He's been around for
And
like
he was in Inception.
yeah, he's Inception. He's a child actor who's like he's been in acting
Who made a
basically
good transition.
been in acting his whole life pretty much. It's like yeah,
He was in the movie, was that Looper, when he was with Bruce Willis,
I
that
remember
Looper.
time
Yeah,
travel,
Looper.
time travel.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I like it was good seeing him and the way, and then the young lady who played his daughter.
Talk
Yeah.
about her, yeah, that's very interesting. Because like what I got out of it, I'm just making my own observations, like reading between the lines. Is like the actress they picked like looked a lot like Teresa Randall to me, who played the girl in the third movie. Is that the mother? Like, yeah, like was who
Mm.
like her and Axel like get together after Cop 3 and then she's the daughter. 'Cause I was looking at that because like I was like she looks a lot like that's where I thought it was going. Thought they would show like Teresa Randall at the end like she would be the mom. I was like yeah, I thought because like she looks a lot like her. Like if you think about it, she looked like Teresa Randall who played like the love interest in the third movie. Yeah. So
Okay.
that was that how they tied because they were tying in all the movies. That's how they tied it because you kind of want to skip the third one. It was terrible, but that's one way to tie it in. You could keep her character like because Teresa Randall she's a
She
great actor.
does. I just say that because I was like, I thought that she was a pretty young lady, and
She
she
had the
does favor
eyes
Teresa
like her
Brown.
demeanor
Her
like she
eyes, her demeanor, the
wants a
complexion. Yeah, she does. Like, she definitely does
like, to me
favor
that's what I was
Teresa
looking at.
Brown.
Is that her and Axel's daughter?
Yeah.
Like yeah, that's my
Hmm.
fan theory. If that's not like my fan theory, like
And then the Easter egg in it, did you pick it was a couple of references in it. Did you catch the Easter egg when Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character when he was saying, yeah, you have quite a file, 84, 87, 94, not your best work. When he said that. The Beverly Hills Cop 3 was trash. We can be
everybody
transparent.
agrees. Like
That was trash.
sure that even Eddie and them would agree. Everybody
3 was trash. It was.
everybody agrees. Like that's like the Batman and Robin of Beverly Hills Cop. That's the you're gonna skip or the Rocky Five. It was like if it's one you're gonna skip, like that's the one. It's like
It was terrible.
like
That Batman and Robin was awful. That was
it's
terrible.
like Batman
George
and
Clooney,
Robin
nobody asked for George
or
Clooney to be Batman. That
yeah,
was
and
terrible.
Arnold as Mr. Freeze is like yeah
Yeah, that shit was awful.
yeah. But or like I
Uma
said
Thurman is
yeah.
Poison Ivy.
Like I
Yeah,
said, or
bad.
Rocky Five and shit
Just bad.
with Tommy Guns. That one was terrible.
Alicia Silverstone as Batgirl. Yeah, bad.
But, yeah.
Just bad.
Those are the ones you skip. It's like yeah.
But I like that they did make that little joke showing that, you know, yeah, he was like, yeah, you have quite a file. Yeah, 94, not your best work, but you know.
Yeah.
And then the other one that we saw right away, on one scene when Axel gets arrested early in the movie by the lady cops. It was two women cops that arrested him, remember?
Yeah.
And then one of the girls that arrested him and Marcus, that was his oldest daughter.
Uh,
Yep, the one with Nicole, like that was his daughter. The one,
okay. Yeah.
she was one of the cops who arrested him.
I didn't even think about that. That's
Because she looks just like when you look at her face, she looks just like Eddie, but you can see but her mom's features like kind of softened Eddie some. While she looks like Eddie, her mom's features softened her face a little bit. Because I was like, that's definitely is Bria. And then the cop that arrested him, the man cop that arrested him later, they was like, that was his son-in-law.
okay.
So I was like, so I thought that was cool that he got to have like his kids, in the like that's cool,
That's kind of cool, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. Because Marcus was like, his daughter. Like I said, that is his daughter. Like, good eye. That is his daughter.
Of course, y'all that are mad at Bronny, you were probably mad at that too, and the title. He get his kids in the movie.
Why not? This is dad. He produced the movie because Eddie was an executive producer.
Yeah, his name was on the I forgot.
Yeah, he executive produced this film. Why not?
Yeah.
And it was a small scene. Like they were just they were not extras, but you know what I mean. They were. It was a very
like one
small,
scene, like a small part.
And
it's
people do that all the time.
Like a late second round pick, yeah, small part.
People do it all the time, like in Barbershop when the woman who destroys the car with the bat, that was the director's wife.
Yeah.
Like people do that all the time. It's like you may put
Same thing
your
with the tie-in Fast Times, like the chick that was laughing at what's that Judge Reinhold's character when he
with the hat.
yeah, that was his wife, like the I think the executive producer, I think that was his one because he told on
Producer,
comedy,
that
he's
was
like,
his wife, yeah.
yeah, he was like, yeah, my favorite actor of all time. Oh, this was my girlfriend and now wife. It's like she just was that one. She didn't even have lines. She just was laughing at him in his stupid
You
comedy.
just
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that. But I digress. And one of my faves to see ever, Serge. When I was like,
Gotta get Surge, yeah. I saw his name in the opening. I was like, oh, Surge is gonna be in
yeah,
because
Bronson, yeah.
I was like, I said, Surge is gonna make an appearance at some point. He was like,
And
okay.
I saw like a trailer, like a preview, and they had the preview, and they had him doing his Serge Axel. You know how he like can't say
Wow.
Axel, like
Wow.
on the because he was
Wow.
doing the thing like go check out Beverly Hills, check out Axel. They were like it's Axel. You know he was doing the oh how you say you know they were doing that, and I was like oh Serge is going to be in there. Okay, so it was good to see him because he did bring
Yeah.
he brought the energy. Serge, you can't have. I mean, we all like Serge as kids. He was funny to me, so.
Yeah. But
But all in all, I enjoyed it. Like I said, the plot was good. And then you can't whatchamacallit me. I love Kevin Bacon as a bad guy. Sorry for the spoiler, but Kevin Bacon, you know when you see him, some shit is about to go down. Like he
I think
plays a double crosser good. He
I like
does.
him as the main villain. Yeah.
Like, did you see Wild
Yeah.
Things with
Grant. Yeah, I was trying to think. Yeah, it's Grant. Yeah, I like.
Grant?
Yeah.
Did you see Wild Things with Nev Campbell and Denise Richards?
I don't think I saw that.
Yeah, he was in that. Like he plays that he plays like that double crossing sneaky. He plays that type of character good. So him as being the dirty cop, it was very believable. Him being a dirty cop. And Axel having his third eye, because Axel always has a third eye. Because once Axel saw him, he's like, he got on Tom Ford shoes. He got on this Gucci. He got
Like, how is he on a cop salary? How is he even a Beverly Hills cop salary? How is he affording all this stuff? It's like,
if he looked at his shoes, looked at his like, okay, he got a Rolex. Like, okay, like,
yeah,
but then they're not picking. It's like y'all like, but there goes to show that Detroit, he was Detroit smart.
yeah.
Detroit smart is different than Beverly Hills smart. It is.
They
But
portrayed,
obviously,
yeah. I saw even going back to their first movie, they portrayed that with the
mm-hmm.
coffee grounds and all of that.
Coffee ground. Yeah.
Picked up on stuff that Taggart and Rosewood didn't. It's like, yeah, he
Mm-hmm.
picked up
Because they were so just everything is we do it by the book. And he's like, it's ways to get around a warrant. Like you can get a warrant. I can show you how to get a warrant without no,
yeah.
we do everything by the book here in Beverly Hills. It's like, okay. Okay, that's why he was able to fly under the radar for so long. Okay.
But a lot of callbacks like to the first movie. That's what I liked. Like when he went
Yeah.
to the Beverly Palms Hotel, they had like, oh, okay, he's back. He's back. He's gonna try it again. It's like,
And now it's $900 and something a night. In the 80s, it was two something a night. Now it's $900 a night. So
I'm like, okay, yeah. So he going, who's he interviewing this time from Rolling Stone? Man, I was going to see what how he's going to bullshit his way again. I'm in town to do an exclusive interview with Michael Jackson.
with Michael Jackson, hey, no niggas allowed.
Hilarious.
Yeah, he goes off the chain. The first one. But I do like the maturity they showed in him and showed his growth as because you could tell that Axel was still he was still Axel. He was still Axel, but now obviously 4 years later he's in his 60s now because in the first one he was in his 20s, but now he's in his 60s. So and he's a father now, even though he didn't have the best relationship with his daughter. So
I like the way they set that up too, how his daughter was a defense attorney. And she went in
mm-hmm.
that because, like, yeah, she defended the criminals that her father arrested. She did.
Her father
That's
arrests.
why she chose that career path because she was estranged for her father. So that was like as a shot at him. It's like, yeah,
As opposite as you can go
on the other
being a
side.
defense attorney.
Yeah.
And then she was as stubborn as him because she had his all that was all him.
Yeah.
That was all him. You could tell, like just her attitude. It's like you and your father are so much alike. Because even Billy was like, yeah, you and your dad are alike. You know, they look like you.
Yeah,
You just like your father. You're just like him. That's why both of you guys are stubborn. You guys don't want to come to apologize to each other because you guys are the same.
yeah.
So, but I liked it. Like I said, I would give it. I would say a 7 out of 10 because I definitely would watch it again.
Thumbs up.
That's what I would
To
say.
quote getting my Cisco, the late Siskel and Ebert, I give it two thumbs up. I'll say,
I say 7 out of 10.
yeah, thumbs
Yeah,
up.
it was good. It was good. It was enjoyable. The action was good because I feel like in because we're post Matrix and even post MCU, a lot of like action stuff can get too,
And it's
you
we're
get what I mean? Some
it's a
stuff can get
different
to
era.
be
Whereas like back in the day, like yeah, the old heads they talked about practical effects. Yeah, now everything is CGI. It's like it's
CGI, like I said, because
very little practical effects. It's like yeah,
some stuff is too CGI, but I felt like the action it wasn't over the top. Like Feast always says, the Fast and the Furious, the franchise, it makes no sense now, but it's still entertaining. He's like, I'll still watch that shit. He was like,
they
he's like, you got
basically
them jumping cars out of planes now.
they basically superheroes that drive in cars. That's basically
That's what Feast is like. He's like, they drove out of a fucking plane and
that
they like drove a
survive.
car off the
Like I
plane.
love watching cinema scenes with about a Fast and Furious. Like yeah, he survives this. It's like yeah, they'd be like that.
My thing is these cars, it's no damage to the car.
Yeah, you
Like,
still
how does your car fall? Your car falls off a bridge onto that, and then you're able to drive away. Your
chasing the
shocks aren't broken.
bad guys.
Your shocks ain't there. Your struts, like nothing is broken. Nothing. Your frame, your axles, none of them is broken.
That's what
It's like you
they
just
that's
land
what
and not.
but that's what they said when like behind the scenes on Dukes of Hazzard. They said every time you saw that General Lee make a jump, that car got totaled.
That car got totaled
Yeah,
every time.
they said he probably ran through like 50 or 60 General Lees throughout the run of that show. It's like because like every time you see a jump, that one is gone. It's like, yeah,
That's why if you look at, that's why they never show the interior of the car because then you see the odometer. Like, wait a minute, the odometer says this
yeah.
now, and now it says that.
You make a jump and you land like that. He's like, yeah, you ruining area. Yeah, you can't
You
drive it.
ruin everything.
Boy and Luke would keep driving. Like, every time they made a
And
jump.
your dumbass try to do it. I'm gonna do it too.
Make me a jump. Yeah, jump your little charger over there. I'm trying to see something. I'm trying to see something.
But yeah, I didn't think it was too over the top with like, like the effects weren't bad. Like they weren't over the top with the,
Yeah,
with the C because some stuff is just like I'm like, okay, this is so CGI. It's just
yeah.
like too
Yeah,
much CGI can
just
look
showing
bad.
out now just for the sake of showing out. Like, I mean, I have I have Adobe Premiere Pro and After Effects. I can do that shit. You're just showing out now, like just like, hey, let's see how crazy, let's see how ridiculous we can make this scene. So yeah,
I enjoyed it though. I did.
yeah. Especially like the end scene because that was a call back to when Taggart and Rosewood were tailing Axel. Yeah.
Yep. Ha ha.
Again.
He just in the
He
car.
almost gave me a heart. Even Taggart sipping his coffee, like Rosewood and behind the wheel. It was definitely a callback. Yeah, the whole scene.
Because that was on the
Yeah,
preview. Because when they showed down the preview, and then Mark, I know this is so bad. Marcus is like, like Taggart's still alive. I'm like, shut up. I'm like, yes, he's still like, stop it, stop.
because
He's still alive. I was
he
like,
wasn't in the third one, so it was a legitimate question. It's like I guess he just knew it was gonna be so bad. He chose to not be in the third one.
when he said that, I just looked and I was like, really, Marcus? He was like, I'm being serious, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, yes, he's still alive. Yes, he is.
What's cool, I think it was Entertainment Tonight or one of those those entertainment shows I was watching, and it was like they were interviewing the three of them, Eddie, John, and Judge. It's like they were interviewing
Mhm.
them, like talking about, and they were talking about that particular scene and how like some of the people like working like the cameras and like the people the people working the scene they like well kids they're like all right they were like kids like when they were like they're talking about yeah like, yeah I was 8 when like when the original movie came so then they were like having like such like when they were shooting that scene like the three of them in the car they were just having like they were like having their fanboy moments it's like yeah you're like yeah it just takes me back to like when I was 8 years old when I first saw this movie
Definitely.
yeah having your
Mhm.
fanboy moments it's like wow it's like it's the three of
That was a nice scene. That was
yeah
a nice throwback to it. And then the fact that Axel still had a Nova.
Oh, yeah, the Chevy Nova. How did he find it?
The
Is the
Chevy
same
Nova.
Nova from the first? How the filmmakers find a fucking Nova in 2024, or was it the same Nova from the first movie? I don't know, because even finding that car,
Maybe at some point he got a newer Nova, but
yeah, maybe he
I'm,
just
I'm
liked
gonna assume
Novas. I
Axel
don't
got
know.
a later model Nova
He just like Novas and shit.
because
They
I was like, he still has that blue
still
Chevy
drive.
Nova. So I was like, he still has that. But the
Some
most astounding thing is that he drove that piece of shit from Detroit to California. That's
I
like,
was I
how
was
did he drive
I
that
was
to
legit
California?
surprised even then when he did that. I was like he drove the car cross country from Detroit to Beverly Hills. It's like he drove.
That's crazy.
Even then, I looked like okay.
And then they had the music, like they had
The, the
the
Neutron dance, they had it all.
I'm just burning, doing the neutron dance.
They had Patti LaBelle stir it up.
Yep. Because it was even nice to hear all the, all the old school,
Of
the
course,
original
of
music.
course, our favorite score, the so you gonna yeah, but I recommend. I was into it. Yeah.
I was too. Like I said, if you like nostalgia and if you like it done the correct way and not, all over the place, then
Still like how Billy called Taggart Sarge, like going back to the first one, instead of calling him Chief, he still called him Sarge, like when they were in the car. That was pretty cool to me, to a nice throwback. And even the way it ended, it's like, trust me, like that's how the first one ended.
trust me,
I got the perfect spot. Yeah, you're gonna love it. Trust me. Dun,
they
dun,
went to no strip club, I guess.
dun, 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 dun.
I think that was my first time really like hearing like Nasty Girl,
Well,
probably like
definitely
when
my
I watched
first
Beverly
time
Hills
hearing.
Cop. Yeah.
Definitely my first time hearing the song. Yeah.
Because I remember me dancing to Nasty Girl like this,
And
and I
how that
had no
happened
doing that.
was when they actually would, like, those are the actual strippers they used in the movie. Yeah, so like when they were the filmmakers, they asked like what do you like to dance to, and that was one of the suggestions they made, was that, which is such a strip club song. It's like,
It is.
so one of the girls like, yeah, well, I like Vanity Six, Nasty Girl. That's how the song ended up in the movie. One of the
Billy
strippers
tips the
suggested.
girl.
Yeah.
He tips her.
Yeah. But
I definitely would recommend. I would recommend.
thumbs up for the Oz man, Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F. What else we
Mhm.
got? A
Do we
lot.
want to hop in with all the da-da-da, da-da-da, all the exciting?
I suppose we can get there because I don't know how long it's gonna take. So it might take the rest of this. So yeah. um well, where we leave off. I know we talked about Alex Caruso for Josh Giddey. We talked about Paul George, I want to say, to Philly. I think that's where we
I
all
think
left off.
so, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm trying to, let's just pull up. I'm pull up. I want to start from the beginning. It's like,
It's a lot of moving parts that happened during this
or do you
during
want to
this
start? Do you want to
time.
start at the beginning? Do you want to start with the Bulls? Like we can start with the Bulls if you want to.
We can start with our Bulls.
Yeah. DeMar DeRozan, 3-year deal. He's headed to Sacramento.
Yep,
So
to the Kings.
you were just talking about that the other day. Like, it's not one of his LA teams, but because he's an LA guy, yes.
He's
But
a talking dude.
He's in California at least. Yeah.
Yeah, he's back to Cali. I'm going
Right,
back
back
to
to
Cali,
Cali. Yeah.
Cali.
So 3 years, 70, I think it was.
Okay.
76. Yeah, 3 years, 76. I'm looking at it now. So
He'll be a good vet for them because like I said, they have like the young guys, so like he'll be a good veteran.
absolutely. And what a lot of
And the
people like,
Kings isn't a bad team. They're not bad.
yeah,
They were just young. I think that they were
they had a
young and
setback. Now they got like some veteran presence. Remember, they were like what couple of seasons ago, they were like number 3 in the West. Remember?
yeah, because I was shocked.
Yeah,
I was like, the Kings?
yeah, they were number 3. Then they dropped a little bit. Now, like DeRozan elevates. Here's the trade. This is a signing trade, yeah. For the dummies
Mhm.
in the back, I'm gonna explain this, like for the dummies and the cheap seats that don't get like what the Bulls, the Spurs, or the fucking Kings are doing. I'm gonna explain all of this. Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. Okay. DeMar DeRozan to Sacramento. Um,
Okay.
the Bulls get Chris Durante and 2 second rounders, while the San Antonio Spurs get Harrison Barnes. I think there's a pick swap in there somewhere too, like between the Spurs and Kings. I forget. There's something like that.
Hmm.
Kind of pick swap in there too. But but people looking at it is like, yeah, like just 2 second rounders and a bench player for DeRozan is like that's that's not what it means. It's like this is like people don't know the definition of unrestricted free agent. It's like yeah, it's like DeMar DeRozan was leaving anyway. Yeah. So like
Correct.
people do like signing trades, okay, you get something back. It's like, yeah, it's not
Right.
you're not gonna get market value because he's a free agent. They would have to
He's a
trade him
free
like
agent.
they had to trade him during the season last year if you're gonna get like fair value for him.
Hmm.
This is just okay, so we don't get losing for nothing. That's what a signing trade,
Right.
and it's good for him because he gets more money. Sacramento wasn't under the cap enough. They could have offered, he could have offered way less. It's like by signing,
Hmm.
you can sign with your own team, like you that they call a bird rights. You can sign for like go over the cap when you re-sign with your own team. So you
Hmm.
re-sign and trade. That's how that works. It's like yeah,
Hmm.
like and San Antonio was just that because to absorb Harrison Barnes did because that's how they couldn't afford DeRozan if they still had Harrison Barnes. They had to like get rid of some salary. And the Bulls like don't want him because they rebuilding. So like yeah, like what's
Yeah.
bringing in a guy like Harrison Barnes to this team? People like why did the Bulls get him? Like because the Bulls like they want young players and picks. When you
And
rebuild,
picks.
that's what you want. You don't want to bring in veterans like Harrison Barnes. Like
And
yeah,
that's what I said. I said this is what happens in a rebuild. Like, yeah, it's like once again, I gotta borrow from my Embiid. You gotta trust the process.
yeah,
Sometimes, and if you think about in your personal life, think about when you're trying to rebuild personal things about yourself.
yeah.
Think about it like that. The beginning times it's not good looking. It's some lean times, it's some ugly times. It's not good in the beginning, but then once you start to hit a stride, it can get to be better. So, like I said,
Like or like exercising is like yeah.
mhm,
First start, like you're not gonna be able to barely do like 5 push-ups. So if you haven't
mhm,
exercised, it's like you try to get in shape. And when you start out, it's gonna be ugly, like you said.
mhm,
Once you get your conditioning and everything right, it's like you doing like 100 every day. Like yeah, once you get
mhm.
yourself in shape, when you first start, it's gonna be ugly like that.
Another one like finances, like if you started back from, like I said, your credit was fucked up and now you're trying to rebuild your credit.
Yeah,
Beginning times is going to be okay. You got a 500 credit score.
yeah. Now you
You
yeah
go. It's going to be some.
yeah.
It's
Mm,
going to be some hard times in that begin, but then once you start doing things to financially put yourself in a better position, you get out of debt, you start, you know, doing other stuff. Now you got a 750 score.
mm,
So, but in the beginning, it was ugly. It was very ugly when you were trying to get out that debt that you were under.
yeah.
It wasn't a good looking thing.
It was Harrison Barnes in the 2031 pick swap. That's what the Spurs got. I knew a pick swap was in
Mhm.
there somewhere. I just put so that's what they got.
But my thing is, I'm glad that I know people are like roasting the Bulls and everything and doing all this. But my
They don't
thing
know how
is,
to rebuild. Like the
they couldn't keep running it back.
Bulls, yeah, like
They couldn't keep running
after
the team.
Lonzo got hurt, it was a wrap for this core. It's like
Mhm.
they ran it way longer than they should have. They probably
I
should.
get like the first year running it back because it's like, okay, we were so close. Lonzo got injured, so
Yeah,
let's see what Lonzo
they
does after.
probably
But then
should have.
when
But when Lonzo wasn't improving, they probably should have did this 2 seasons ago. Like
Yeah,
when
but
they
then when
started.
it became apparent
Yeah,
that, and I hate to say this, but I mean I hope he does play again, but it's very likely that Lonzo may never play again, or if he does, he may not ever be the same player that he was prior to his injury. That's a very
best case scenario for him, I'm hoping he has like a Sean Livingston type comeback. Is like yeah.
I
So like
do too.
the right team is like he can contribute as a role player. Like hoping he
Yeah,
has that.
and he'll give good minutes.
Like Livingston, he like we saw that viral video of his leg exploding and shit. It's like yeah, and then he missed like several seasons after that. And then he came back his time with the Warriors as Steph's backup. Is like he actually like
And
had
won a ring.
a couple of them. I want to say I
A
think
couple, yeah, yeah.
2 with them. Yeah,
Was able to win.
but he was able to yeah like and be an actual contributor. He was like Steph's
Mhm.
backup, so you're an actual
Yeah,
contributor.
so because he gave good minutes. Yeah, because I remember some of those games. He did give good minutes. He put
Yeah.
in quality time. He did.
He wasn't a
So,
star anymore, but he was able to like yeah contribute to like a championship
mhm.
team. It's like so
Yeah.
I'm hoping like Lonzo has that type of comeback. Yeah.
He was a good player. He was a really good player, but as we say, injuries are unpredictable, and sometimes that's part of the game. Injuries happen.
Yeah.
Sadly, they do. And you have to be able to adjust your mindset. So, especially if you were a player and your thing was, like, for example, like Derrick Rose, athleticism. Derrick Rose was a hell of an athlete. Like, his athleticism, like I say, picture AI, but better with the athleticism, like that. Like, that's what Derrick Rose had. He was super, the way he could zigzag his vertical, like he was a freak of nature. Like, what was he, barely 6'2"? And the stuff that he could do at 6'2".
Six
But the
two.
stuff he could do at 6'2", he was an anomaly. He was, but the injury, he just wasn't the same after the injury. Like, he was still able to have, a good, he's still out there. Like, he could still, but he's near the end of the bench now. But I mean, he's not MVP anymore. But
Yeah,
you know,
even with other teams, he still was contributing like before. Like now, he's
yeah.
like where he's at. Yeah, but he still was making
Hmm.
positive contributions, like with Minnesota, with the Knicks. He still was making
Knicks, yeah.
positive contributions with these other teams.
Hmm.
I pull up this all the free agency tracker. That's what I'm looking at now.
But yeah, but that's what I hope for Lonzo, because like I said, he's still a young guy. Was he like 26,
I'm
27?
like that. Yeah,
He's still young. So it's like a young guy to just be like, okay, like, so that's it. Like, I mean, that's has to be extremely crushing. Like, if you do have to be like, you retire and you're not even 30. So I mean, that's tough. That is.
but
But
yeah, the big move to me obviously that we didn't get to was from last year.
mm,
We talked about our yeah, and Bulls also signed uh let me get my lost.
Jalen,
Hold on, I'm trying to figure who all they signed. Yeah, Jalen Smith they got from Indiana.
Jalen Smith, there you go, because I couldn't think of his name.
I was like, they signed somebody. Couldn't be. Yeah, Jalen Smith.
Drummond went to
I'm in is with Philadelphia now.
Philly.
So
Yeah.
and he's gonna be Embiid's backup. Good spot for him, especially.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
good spot for him. Yeah.
So that means that when he gets out, when Embiid, goes to the bench, it's like they're not going to lose rebounding. They're going to lose no rebounding, because Drummond, like, think about what Drummond averaged in the short minutes that Drummond played. He was averaging, like, his averages was crazy in the short minutes that he played. It was. But
For the
yeah,
Bulls,
they're not going to miss no
Jalen Smith,
rebounding.
who I think could be the Bulls center of the future. Like he's because he shoots the three ball, like he fits like the
The
modern NBA.
stretch five, yeah, what they're
So,
doing now.
when I say Vooch is next, they gotta get his ass out of there.
They
And
got to get him out.
yeah, I say trade him for a bag of flaming hots. Like us, you got that he's like under contract. That's gonna be one hard to move and shit. Yeah, and then Levine's still around, but at least Zach,
Nobody wants to,
at
and
least
that's the sad.
at least
Nobody wants
Zach,
Zach
at least
LaVine.
Zach fits with. He's like he doesn't fit the timeline, but at least his style fits with this current team, like the way he plays.
Mhm.
Like Vooch, like he don't even fit. Like he got to go. Like yeah.
And nobody wants LaVine because they tried to unload him. Nobody wants
Contract is
LaVine
too
right
bad.
now.
Yeah, he's on a bad contract. That's why.
So my thing is, this is what I hope for LaVine. I hope that with his look of saying, okay, the Bulls really don't want me. Nobody else really don't want me right now. I'm gonna show y'all. And I hope that he balls the fuck out. So there at the deadline, that then your value is up now. So now you can, because that happens sometimes with people, like they'll play out their mind because they'll do that.
Mm,
So I'm hoping that that's what's going to happen, is that he'll play very well and then his value can go up and then he could be moved.
yeah. That's really the
Yeah.
only option. I say Lonzo probably just gets bought out. That's my
Yeah.
you're not gonna find anybody to trade for Lonzo. It's like he probably just gets a buyout. That's probably best for him. And then like try to like hope somebody picks him up. Or look for like some other teams looking for like third string or whatever. Like yeah. Or if he's healthy enough, back up is like, but he probably
Yeah.
bought out here. That's my prediction on Mr. Alonzo Ball. Vooch, I say just whatever. Like I won't even care. Like even if you don't get anything for like a protected second at this point. Just he just has to go. Like yeah, he should have never resigned him. That was my thing. It's like what
Yeah, that was kind of,
is
I don't know what they were doing.
it's saving face. They didn't want to admit they lost that trade and shit that they but like front offices do that. It's like they lost the trade with like the Magic won that trade. It's like yeah,
Yeah, they did.
got
They
Wendell
did.
Carter and 2 first rounders out of it. It's
They won it, yeah.
they won the trade, and you just try to save face. You let him walk, like you admitting defeat by re-signing him. It's like no, he's a big part of our future. Then
No, he's not.
a year later, trying to trade him. I thought he was a big part of your future. Why you trying to trade him a year later? Then you should have never re-signed him. But it is what it is at this point. I'm trying to find my tracker. Hold on. But Klay Thompson, that's the big sign, the big
Mm,
signing, yeah.
yep.
Into the Dallas Mavericks, like yeah,
Mr.
to
Thompson.
join Luca and Kyrie. Now that's a big three right there.
Mm.
Interesting, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I like that Clay is a class act because I read his letter of what he did for his farewell letter to
Yeah,
the Warriors. He thanked them for 13 years because he was there 13 years and
for championships.
yeah, he he basically, it'll always be a place in my heart. It was like no, he wasn't like fuck y'all. It was nothing like that. It was like he was very classy.
And shout out to the Warriors too, like the way they like I like how what they said. They said, okay, yeah, he'll forever be a Warrior and our heart. We're gonna retire his number. Yeah, like nobody
Oh, that's
ever wear a
nice.
number 11. It's like so
Mhm.
they didn't trash him either. I like how they did too.
Because he's the one half of the Splash Brothers. You had they were iconic, the Splash Brothers.
Yeah, you can't be out here being a little bitch and shit. It's like he gave you like I said 13 years of service and
Hmm.
um
What
yeah,
championships?
help you win championships. So what's there to cry about? It's
Where he
probably
dropped, what did he drop? Then he dropped like 37 in one quarter, something crazy. Like, what was that crazy stat? He did something crazy. Like, it was something like, wow, he did. Like, a crazy ass stat. But
probably would people probably consider him one of the top 5 shooters of all time, maybe top 10. It's like yeah, but
yeah,
five,
he's a shooter.
yeah,
He definitely a shooter.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't want to see I don't want to see any jersey burning in the street, all of that nonsense. It's like he gave
Well,
y'all
my thing is,
yeah.
at the end of the day, the NBA, like I said, we're fans and we love watching the NBA, but it's a business
Business. The Warriors weren't offering him what he thought he was worth.
above anything. Not National Basketball Association, National Business Association. It's a business first. It's a business. Same with NFL. It's a business. All this stuff, they're businesses.
And when you're in your
And
prime years, like in my opinion, like I'm not an athlete, but obviously, but we still we all have jobs and like in our prime, you should be trying to earn as much as you can during your
earn
earning
as much.
years. But
You're earning years.
it's like yeah, because it's gonna get to a point where you can't play, or were you just too old to get a big contract? It's like yeah, all you're gonna be
Mhm.
able to get is veterans minimum. Why take that now and shit or whatever? Like when you could still like this probably be Clay's last big contract. Yeah,
And then let's be real. Most people like the fact that he played with the Warriors for 13 years, like that's a long career. Like a lot of players don't.
yeah, with free agency, like yeah, okay, yeah, or just in general, like NBA
A
careers.
lot of players like I have to go back and watch the Charles Barkley on Shannon Sharp because Charles was saying like the average career is 4 years in the NBA and NFL. He was like it's a 4 year career on average. So
Yeah,
it's like we gotta stop looking at like LeBron is the exception. He's the super exception. Like nobody plays 20 plus years.
yeah.
Nobody does that. That doesn't happen. Like it's not a
Hmm.
LeBron playing, he's 40 almost. It's like that's not that's not the norm. It's not.
Yeah.
You don't see that. But play, yeah, like I mean,
And Dallas just made the NBA Finals. Like, yeah, no, add
hmm
like, what can they do next year? Like, yeah, by adding Clay. It's like, yeah,
hmm.
They trying to get they second one, possibly get Luka's first. The Dallas' second ring. Luka's the first ever.
Mark Cuban back there, like the Birdman when he's rubbing his hands. He's looking like that.
Yeah, I got my free agency blissed up now. Yeah, DeMar 374, Paul George to Philly, Clay to Dallas, LeBron staying with the Lakers, 2-year, 101 million. So Bron got his bread.
He can cash out. So he's gonna be 41 years old making $50 million. That's some boss shit. You can't, whether you like LeBron or not, like that's a 40-plus-year-old. I'm seeing a 40-year-old getting his money. So yeah, get your money, black man.
OG Anunoby staying with the Knicks. Oh, and I forgot to mention the trade they made Mikal. Huge, yeah. That's big for them, like Mikal Bridges. I forgot the Knicks. They with the Nets, yeah. So they crosstown rivals, they made it. Yeah. Yeah. So they I want to say for Bogdanovich, they sent him out to Brooklyn, and they bring in Mikal Bridges. They gave up a lot. It was like a lot of picks, like involved a lot of But
we already know
they won a title in 50 years. They're trying to win a championship.
We already know Spike is like
dudes ain't won a championship in like 50 years. So
yeah, they haven't won since the 70s, so it's been a while.
Definitely trying to win. It's like so that's like he's such a Tibbs guy to me. I think Mikal Bridges is the perfect fit for that team. Like he's like he'll be like the Luol Deng of the Knicks. Like to me, that's what I see him being. He's like such a Tom Thibodeau guy. Like that was a great trade right there. I mean, OG Anunoby, I said, is staying with the Knicks 5 years, 212. Dario Saric to Denver. Back up. Okay, yeah. Skipping over some of these. Miles Bridges, staying with Charlotte.
Okay.
Other Bridges. I'll just mention DeRozan, Brown, Caleb Martin to the Sixers. I'm skipping like a lot of the scrub players, yeah. Malik Beasley.
Oh, we had a retirement announced. I saw Kemba Walker and I announced his retirement.
Yeah, Kemba, yeah. Who some say probably the greatest, possibly the greatest Hornet of all time, I'll say. Yeah.
Probably I would say so.
Yeah. I would from that, yeah. Franz Wagner, 5 year, 224 with Orlando. Damn. Buddy Hield going to Golden State sign and trade. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like interesting. Yeah, him going over there.
They're looking for Clay's replacement. That's so Buddy Hield to the Warriors.
We were like, come on, Warriors, take LaVine.
I'll say take Zach LaVine. Yeah, you get if Glass Brothers 2.0, you get in your light skin connection. There you go. Like
you still have your light skin backcourt.
That's Steph and Zach, yeah. But then when I saw Buddy Hield, I was like, oh, so that means LaVine is probably off the table. They got Buddy Hield.
I think that Steph has like a couple more years, probably he'll do.
Yeah.
Yeah. He got a couple more years, yeah. But our players are just getting older. Like you look at the top guys like the LeBron, the KD, Steph.
Yeah. The vets.
They all are older.
But yeah. And that's another one, no word yet on Durant. Like I'm guessing he saw him. They gonna run it back in Phoenix. Yeah. It's no word yet. He's on the move because we'd have heard something by now.
Yeah, they probably gonna run it back.
They probably run it back, yeah. I'm trying to just go to the big names. Jonathan Isaac staying with Orlando. What's the name? Jason Tatum, richest contract in NBA history. I'm gonna get the numbers, yeah. But he's
shit. I missed this.
He ain't going nowhere and shit. Yeah, Tatum staying with
I want to do the math. Let me
get this contract up. Let me find.
What's his contract?
Okay, I'm scrolling through all of these.
He won a ring now. He's a champion. So
okay, 5 years. $315 million. 315 over 5 years. Yeah.
315 divided by 5. That's $63 million a year.
Making over $60 million a year. Like I said, richest contract in NBA history. Yeah.
What's his baby's name? Deuce. Yeah, Deuce going to be like.
what winning the title gets you, ladies and gentlemen. That's that championship pay right there.
He was about to have his own house.
Mm.
I love it though. I love it though.
Another former Bulls news: Chris Dunn headed to the Clippers. I mean, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He's
We see some musical chairs that happen
yeah.
a little bit of shuffling around.
Joe Ingles, who was he signing with? I saw him sign with I want to say Minnesota. Yep, Joe Ingles. Because they got
But can
something good going on there in Minnesota. So adding
but
some
can we just drive home the fact about I'm glad that more players are choosing themselves than like that loyalty shit.
racks.
Could
Yeah,
we see what loyalty gets you sometimes?
exactly. Yeah, like because back
DeRozan, the reason what happened to him, he was loyal and you see what they did to him in Toronto.
like old heads had it wrong. It's like once again the boomers, or even some of our generation too, like had it wrong. It's like
The
come on,
old Xers.
loyal,
Old Xers will say.
extras in general. Like a lot of cats of my age was like, yeah, like you know what? No loyalty anymore. Like it's never been loyalty from the teams. It's like this dumbass
Not at all.
trying to be loyal and shit. It's like, yeah, the team's gonna do what's best for the team. Like they don't, yeah,
It's a business. At the end of the day, it's a business.
yeah,
It's a
like
business.
yeah, sure, like it's all fun and games and like yeah, we like you, but they gonna do what's best to put themselves in position to win a championship. That's what the teams
Like
gonna.
Kirk Heinrich said that when he went to Washington, when the Bulls, because they were going after LeBron,
Yeah,
Kirk Heinrich was like, I'm not, he was like, it's a business. His feelings weren't hurt. He was like, it's a business. They were trying to get LeBron. I get it.
yeah.
He was like, I still kept my house because he still had his house here. And I don't know if he still has his Illinois house, but he was
Ended
like, I
up
kept
coming
my
back
house.
a couple of years later.
Yeah,
Like
he's like, I kept my house still, but he was like, yeah,
he ended up
but
coming
he
back
wasn't,
3 years later.
he was like, okay, you're going after him. I get it.
Yeah, he ended up coming back a few years later. Donovan Mitchell ain't leaving Cleveland. He's staying. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. They got a nice squad.
Yeah.
They got a nice squad. I like what Cleveland has going on.
I got Mo Bamba. He's joining the Clippers because I'm balling like when Mo, and he's not even
You
that
see
good.
the face I made.
They made a whole song about him. He ain't even that good. It's like Gary Harris staying with Orlando. I think that's most of the big names. Like Tatum signing at 315 was huge. Mm.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, that's most of the big names we talked about. So said Bulls definitely on the rebuild. They
Yeah, so
moving their veterans and bringing in young guys and draft picks. That's what you do. So I saw
so
people online like, yeah, Wolves got fleeced. I'm like, no, they
no,
didn't.
they
Like they
didn't.
if they had made this trade during the season, that would be a fleecing. It's like, yeah, but doing it now is like it's a signing trade. Like DeRozan could have left for nothing. It's like, yeah,
Exactly. And then you get nothing.
he's a free agent. It's like this made like he got more money and the Bulls got some compensation back.
It's
Yeah,
like in retail. So like if you over order on a product that's a perishable product that you think is going to sell and it doesn't sell, you reduce the price of it.
yeah,
Because at least you get something back. Other than that, you're going to be throwing all this food away.
yeah.
Do you want to lose a lot of money, throw all this food away, or do you want to at least make some of your money back? It's the same thing. It's like you want to
Or
not completely lose
let's
it.
tie it all back in with Eddie Murphy again, like in trading places. Is all like when they sold the juice like high at the price before the crop report came out. Then once
Mm-hmm.
it came out, they bought it back real low. It's like because
Real low.
okay, yeah, the winter won't affect the orange crops. Is like which means they don't need frozen orange juice because they got fresh.
Exactly.
Like if the cold winter had affected the orange crops, then it's like okay, now people are gonna buy more into frozen. So that's
Mm-hmm.
so the Dukes had that the fake report that said that
The
it would,
fake report.
but the real report said no, it won't affect it. So then they panicking now, like everybody they want to get some of their money back. So like say we'll buy it back here real cheap. It's like
Mm-hmm.
like how that's how they got paid, and they sold high and then bought back low. So that's what
Mm-hmm.
I think it's 142 is what they sold and then bought back at 29 or something like that. I think that's how it went.
Yeah, something crazy. Yeah.
So like that. It's like you want to get some of your money back. That's why yeah. It's like you losing get some of your money back. That's what
So it should be interesting. next season, seeing all the different.
Yeah, free agency, the moves and everything. I want to see what DeRozan and the Kings. I want to see what their ceiling is with him. Like, how far can they go,
Mm.
DeRozan? Because he's now teamed with De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis. So, like, that's a nice trio. Yeah.
Yeah, I like Sabonis. I do. Hmm.
See, like, what their ceiling is. But I think that's everything. Like touch on one more time NBA news. We touch on Bronny James made his summer league debut, so people like rooting for that young man to fall on his face. He only scored four, but yeah, it's like so like
It's
so
summer league.
of course yeah the naysayers are like laughing. It's like, yeah,
He really doesn't deserve to be in the league.
at least he's sticking with his average because he averaged four at USC. So yeah, at least he's sticking with his average. Yeah, LOL.
I hope he does because like you never going to hear anyone retract. You just going to hear people go silent. People just going to go radio silent. I hope he does actually have a good first year. I really hope he does.
That first summer league game, like
Just because then like I said, then you're not going to hear anybody say anything. Like if he does end up averaging like 14 a game, then
he has a good career, then it's
this
like
is what you're just going to hear. It's just going to be this. It's just going to be silent. It's going to be nothing about that. It's not going to be I was wrong. You're never going to hear I was wrong. It's just going to be, he's not going to even be mentioned at all.
but
So I hope he does have a,
think we can wrap
but
it up. Not another damn podcast. Yeah, we got a full show in. I knew we would with that free agency talk.
yeah.
That's what I said. We might as well go into it because it's probably going to take up the rest of the episode. A lot happened since last week. Last
Oh,
week
yeah.
all we had to talk about was Patrick Williams resigning with the Bulls, and then Alex Caruso trade with Josh Giddey and Paul George. We talked about a few things
Yeah.
last week. This week, so much happened.
So much
It's still only
happened.
week two of free agency. It's still moving parts. There's still guys out there. Like I said,
Mhm.
Zach is still like what's his next? What's his fate? Yeah, like Levine still. So it's he might be the biggest other than KD, which Phoenix are probably not gonna trade him at this point. Yeah, because like
Nah.
where everybody else that made they moves, like where would he go? It's like
Hmm.
yeah, Lakers, Warriors. It's like yeah, that would have been funny if he went back to Golden State. That would have been hilarious.
Like, hey, big kids, I'm back.
That would have. But yeah, but I see he probably run it back because everybody else that made they moves. It's like yeah, so they probably run it back. But Zach's still out there. If teams like I'm hoping, like you said, like a trade deadline. If they don't move him now, like trade deadline.
Yeah, I say just do
There's
that.
some contender that needs that final piece, like, and he could be the final piece that to help them
Hmm.
get over the hump. Yeah. So let's wrap up this episode 369. Damn yo fine episode of Not Another Damn Podcast. You know we appreciate you supporting us. You want to support us further, you know what to do. Give us a like. Also, subscribe, share, rate, review all your platforms. I'm talking Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, SoundCloud, iHeart, YouTube, and your Amazon Alexa devices. You can also follow me at Ozman the Wizard on Instagram, TikTok, and X, and Oz Radio on Snapchat and Facebook as well.
And you can check me out, MSIMAH626 on Instagram, TikTok, and X. Also, STR8GULIEY1 on X, STR8GULIEY7 on Instagram. Also, please like the Straight Gully Facebook fan page and check out straightgully.com for your blogs and your vlogs.
I'm Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
I'm gone.